Hey, hello. Oh, we're just gonna try to get started today. Maybe. There we go. Yeah. So, today we are going to play Disco Elysium. I know I'm kind of late to the party. This game has been out for a while. There's all sorts of drama, controversy happening, about the sequel, possible sequel, different studios saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to make the sequel." Yeah, okay, guys. What a mess. Total mess. Um I don't know a whole lot about it other than, just what I've seen. Yeah, have not played Disco Elysium yet, and that's what we're gonna be playing today. From a player standpoint, it's not the kind of game I would normally play, but from a game designer standpoint, I'm really interested to see how they handle the game mechanics. Yeah, it's a role-playing game. I know that much. And already it's like, okay, what kind of player are you? Intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. That's the thinker. Sensitive, very psychological, a magnetic personality, but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Sounds terrible. Or extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock, or create your own. Considering I have no clue what any of these stats mean. Okay. Capacity to reason, psyche, physique, motorics, yeah. Plus encyclopedia, whatever that means. um, yeah, I am so out of my depth here. So, no, I'm not gonna create my own character. I think I'm gonna go with the thinker that is probably closest to my ideal character type. Let's roll with it. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water. I missed it. Sorry.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Am I dead?
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Yeah, give me
You
some more
got
of
it,
that.
sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Am I dead? Am I drunk? I don't know a whole lot about this game, but I do know the main character struggles with certain addictions. I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. Uh yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Just like cuz I'm afraid if I go too far down this road that's it's just going to be like, "Okay, there you go. That's the game. You're dead now."
Do you really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Wait, I did this to myself?
Yes, your one disco mother.
Tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
Not gonna lie, I hate this voice. I just, oh my gosh. How big is the ball? How small are the apes? These are not the right questions.
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
How ominous. I love the options here. That's sad, or that sounds like something I would like to do. Let's go. It's kind of sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canela motor carriage.
Okay. Okay, so it rolled, I guess. And succeeded. Ah, yes. Let's see. I probably should have gotten my controller out, but I did not. I can WASD. I can also interact with all sorts of things in the environment. Good to know. Oh, it's my tie up there.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving.
Okay. I lost half my health trying to grab my tie.
For
Okay.
quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try again. It'll get easier.
Oh, thank
Do
you,
it
game.
if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
Thank goodness.
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
This guy's got problems. I mean, that probably should have been obvious, but yeah, take on.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Thanks, game. I feel like that encyclopedia is like the most useless skill ever. It's how I'm feeling at this moment. He's so sad. Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Oh, brother.
Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
No way, I'm not doing this.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
Uh-oh.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh, wait. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
So, this, like, it definitely just feels like you're playing through, uh, not even a choose your own adventure story. Like, it's more than that, but I can see where they're going or what they're trying to go for, but yeah. my initial my initial thoughts about like whether I would like this game or not as like a player. Yeah. There's just certain kinds of humor that don't appeal to me. And this it's a thing. It exists. But man, like yeah, okay, I get it. Exactly. Let's just move on. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too in a sad, has been kind of way. There's some charm to it.
There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
Like, dude, it's not that deep. let's just let's just go. Jeez. Oh, that was the mirror. Okay. What was this again? Was that something
A mirror
different?
hangs on the
Oh,
bathroom wall.
okay. No, that's the mirror. What was that? Oh, well. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't mean to spend 20 minutes in just this stupid starting room. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. What does that even mean, magnum-sized bottle? That made me think of something way different. Empty cassette case? Sure, I'll take it. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Okay. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Okay, so this guy is a mess. I have no clue what any of these stats mean. Okay, so we've got conceptualization +1, understand creativity, see art in the world. Okay. Inland empire, hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life. Okay. Suggestion, charm, men and women, play the puppet master. And I've got -1 of those. Esprit de corps. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Okay, so we're a cop, I guess. Electrochemistry. Go to Party Planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Okay. Savoir faire. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. And -1 of those. Okay. And we have a single empty cassette case. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Etinier's single smallest church in St. Sains must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. Okay. So, we're an alcoholic with an ex-wife who went on a bender and destroyed his house. Is that what I'm getting from this? I still tried to talk to this, but I don't know what I'm...
The window stands broken
Oh, okay.
in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing? You're analyzing like it's a crime scene because you're a cop, right? Doesn't that make sense?
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
There you go.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me? I don't need it. I don't need anyone. Okay, edgelord. I should probably just go and get the shoe.
Gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Okay. Okay. Can I put on a single shoe? I can indeed. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hello, officer.
Calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Class J? Disco dancer?
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
So again, this feels like a flirt. It may or may not actually be, but you know what? I just don't care. We are trying to find balcony. I wonder how we'd get out there. There's something on the table. I hope it's cool that I took the money. Oh, I guess those are the, like, what's coming out of the radio, maybe? Was there... Yeah, is this a door? Or... I don't know. Like, it's highlighting it like I can do something with it, but... I don't think I actually can. Okay. Continuing on. I guess that's another example of a door that I can't actually open, which is fine. Are we in like a hotel? Did our guy like trash a hotel? Or was that his house? This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Okay. Pick dialogue options that begin with hold on and something something. Okay, I know this guy. This guy's our partner. Summer door closed for the winter. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
I'm just gonna discard it. I'm not gonna sing karaoke randomly. Sounds like a terrible plan. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in a man's handwriting. Probably from this dude?
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Nah. Okay, so I failed the empathy check. So I'm convinced that he's my fan. Obviously, he is not a fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of those, actually. They all sound terrible. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Yeah, probably the person who works there. The door is bolted. A sign reads, kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Inside, you catch a glimpse of union paraphernalia. A strike poster and something something. A sign reads, mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. Yeah, he's standing there patiently. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out. Sleeping dock worker. Man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
I'm not gonna steal his medicine. Oh man. I have a confession to make. I typically like to play good characters in games. This guy is not a good character. He's kind
That
of a
sugary
horrible
black rum
person.
stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum.
This guy has problems. Are you no? A rum stain on the counter? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. This guy. This guy is so
The
fucked
theme of
up.
that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavor cigarettes.
Oh man. Is this just like intrusive thoughts the game? That's how it feels. Intrusive thoughts the game. And some of them are really bad. Like, hey, why don't we like steal from the guy? Or hey, let's lick the alcohol off the counter. But then this one is just like, let's randomly dig into the design of the pinball machine that has absolutely no meaning. And okay, yeah, sure.
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
The idea of a king in a century gone is pretty fascinating.
The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
Okay, let's continue on.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny. Like, what is the failure for inventing a name for yourself?
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
I succeeded, but it still won't give me a name. It is not yet time.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's the correct response to this total weirdo. He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I haven't.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I'm considering between what interviews and I haven't, because I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna lie. He's here to help me.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't actually know. I'm assuming we haven't done our jobs. So I assume we hadn't done any interviews or anything or talked to anybody. Sorry. So I don't want to necessarily say no because I don't know. I'm leaning towards I don't like dead bodies.
Sure.
It's like
But did you take it down from the tree?
he just moves right past it. I'm gonna lean towards no. Because this guy does not seem like the type to do his job. Can you tell I really don't like him? Like, already, I'm just like totally turned off with this guy. Which I'm sure is a big part of the point. Okay. It's a choice.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
You know what? I'm not even gonna deal with it. Finally, someone who is actually capable and knows what they're doing is here to do their jobs. I'm just gonna let him do his job. Let's do it.
Officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Okay.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Thank you. Okay, I thought maybe we had new stuff, but I don't think we actually do. And I still only have one shoe. Aha, okay. I have a quest, apparently, for finding my other shoe. Aha! I was supposed to talk to the cafeteria manager. Okay. Inspect the body. Okay. And report the badge missing. Okay. Lots of things to do, but it sounds like getting the body out of the tree is the most important.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
Okay.
You could follow the tracks south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Well, I got some XP points from that. Okay. Man, I'm still just looking for my shoe, but I have no clue, like where I am in relation to anything. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. This ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Nah. Well, I think I'm gonna have to do this check, because, like, I gotta do this to continue on, right? Almost certainly gonna fail.
The smell is repulsive.
Yep.
It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Yep. But it was kind of
The
inevitable.
smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Sorry.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
Fair.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Okay. Where do we get ammonia from?
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
He points to the greenhouse.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
So after all that,
Pretty clever.
do we gotta go do that before we can get the body down?
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, aren't I?
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
I don't know how much 200 kilograms is. Stupid American.
I do. One of them carried him over.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
The lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the muds. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think? What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
Okay. Can we talk to the kid? Maybe? Yo, kid.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Yeah, do I get mad about the rocks or the slurs? Honestly, I was mad about the rocks first.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouthhole!
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno! him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast. Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Right, Pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno. Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Shitload, Pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Drama. Aha.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Hmm. I mean, I got quite a bit of information from this kid. I think I'm good.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
There's something over here. Really wish the kid would stop throwing rocks at the body. The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Okay. And there's the, greenhouse, sure. I'm still looking for my shoe. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vartna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Sure, why not? I'm still looking for ammonia so I can...
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone is taking narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Sure, I'll take some monies. An empty tube of magnesium supplement. Magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. Cured pig's head looks mummified. I went to look at a thing and it just like took me all the way up everything.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Policeman cloak.
When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
Yay!
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Nice. Although I feel like I should have spent more time up there. I didn't mean to just like bypass all of that. Oops. Collecting rainwater, it says. What I really like to do is oh, this is a place. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. No clue where I am right now. Standard office file cabinet. Drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers, and at the bottom the union logo and demand democracy. Doors locked and cannot be opened from the side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. This radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Okay. No clue what that was or why we should be there, but okay. All around you, great machines in quiescence. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Gotta say, I do appreciate that my little partner here, like, you know, didn't give me a hard time about like not doing my job. He's just like, well, guess we better get that body down. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. I don't know what any of this means for anything, honestly. It means Whale Fjord in Arden. Sure, okay. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. The speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. Industrial-sized thermos smells like burnt coffee. Sure, I'll take the monies. I have no clue where I am. Patrol cloak. Okay. Gave me shivers, whatever that means. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Whoa, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Whoa, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town.
probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling him to take some time off.
But what did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not gonna be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course. Yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. It's kind of funny. I think it was expecting me to do it in order because, like, I shouldn't have known that what his name was before this, but...
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place would totally fall apart if you didn't shine the boss man's shoes, Leo. I think you're doing a good job.
This place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
He waves at the containers towering behind him.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
I failed.
The old man whistles and hums a jaunty tune to himself.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Bye-bye now.
Okay. I am so lost. I feel like I kind of went on a tangent that is nowhere near where I should be. I'm so sorry to everyone and everything. And I have no clue how to get back because, like, I jumped down. And I feel so bad. Like, this is totally not where I should be right now. The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing here. A stair made of pallets leading up. Oh, this must be the guy in his office. A taxidermy fish that tells time.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk. Now, my first thought when they talked about him being like a walrus of a man, I was like, oh, maybe he's the one with the heavy footsteps. But I guess we already decided that the heavy footsteps were someone who was carrying the body, right? Again, I don't know how much 200 kilograms is.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Oh yeah, he did. He knew who we were.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, come on.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
No clue who that is.
This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait. You know...
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least Don't thank him for it.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. Oh God, why didn't you think of this before? Cops have guns. Where's yours? Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Oh gosh. I feel a bit bad here. Like, all of these are bad options.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
He says with a sad half smile.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
So, okay, I think is that a game over? Oh my gosh. Because he realized that he lost his gun. Which, you know, is pretty serious. But, like, everything was serious? Yeah. Yeah, okay, that was game over. You know what? Perfect timing. And, honestly, for the best. Wow. That was an experience. That was an experience. I'm glad I didn't play that during Extra Life, because I was originally going to play this game during my 24 hours worth of games for to raise money for Extra Life. And I'm glad I didn't play this game then. Because, man, that was just draining. Oh, man. I would have to be in a very particular, like, mental state to, like, enjoy that. But it was interesting from a game design perspective, the different like parts of his consciousness, like responding to events in different ways, and sometimes even like talking over each other, and again, like the intrusive thoughts and things. Really interesting, a really interesting way to show the main characters fragile, frayed. I'm not sure how else to describe it. State of mind. Ugh, sorry. Yeah, really interesting. I'm glad that I just played my boyfriend's version of the game, copy of the game, instead of buying it myself. Yeah, really interesting though. Really interesting from a game design perspective. And they clearly have something to say, you know. That bit at the end there was definitely like, oh man. Sorry. You can tell how riveting the game was to me. But you could tell at the end there, you know, you're starting to get like a little hint of you know, at least one of the themes, the messages of this game, about the toll that being a cop can take on a person. And we saw that a bit at the beginning too, that like the way the world was described was this big ball with these apes who are just like constantly fighting each other, which is like a really sad way to look at the world. That it's just, you know, we're all just big monkeys just fighting each other all the time, you know. Like what about, you know, love and happiness and cooperation, friendship? But he's clearly in a state of like, he no longer believes in any of that because his wife left him, among other things. I mean, I'm sure at least a big part of it was his wife leaving him, but you know, then again, the toll that being a cop takes on you, being constantly faced with like the worst of humanity, right? People doing horrible things to other people. But yeah, to be quite honest, I don't think I would play this again. But you know, I might be willing to watch someone else play it. Someone who actually like knows what they're doing and you know, has played the game enough to like really understand what they're doing, because like I think there's a story here and I think it could be interesting, just not me. I am not the right person to get into this particular main character's head. There's just, I can't. I can't do it. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave it there. So just to follow up, this will probably be my last stream for a while. I don't know. I just need to take some time to think about my priorities and figure out how I want to move forward with things. Like this past year has been a lot of experimentation, trying different things, just like throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And if I'm being really honest, I don't think that streaming was one of the things that stuck. Which is fine. I don't regret it. I really enjoyed the games I played. I really enjoyed playing like the Spooktober games during October, like from that game jam. That was really great and fun. I do have lots of other games that I would still like to play and stream and share with you all. So I'll probably be back, in some form or another, maybe with a different format or who knows. But I put off this stream for like 3 weeks, and it just made me realize like maybe I'm not enjoying this anymore. And I don't like feeling like I have to do things just out of obligation. Like, that's not fun, you know? So, yeah. I don't know when I'll be back, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this, and go play games. Have fun. Bye!